If I told you that your brain has a turbo mode of focus that you've probably never consciously activated, would you believe it? You know those moments when you sit down to work, your phone is right there, your mind flies to 1,000 different places, and you have the feeling that your brain simply won't cooperate? Meanwhile, you see other people entering laser-like concentration, producing in 2 hours what would take you all day to do. The difference isn't talent, it's neuroscience. Imagine that your brain is like a car with 5 gears. Most people live eternally in first gear, that scattered attention of daily life. But there's a 5th gear, a state of deep focus that you can activate whenever you want. And the secret lies in a molecule you already know, but probably don't know how to use to your advantage: dopamine. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn it on. So shift into first gear and hit the like button on the video, because we're just getting started. When neuroscientists study people in a state of deep focus, athletes in the middle of competition, surgeons during an operation, programmers creating code, they see something fascinating happening in the brain. Certain regions literally turn off distractions, while others become hyperactive. It's as if your brain puts on neural blinders. It blocks out everything that doesn't matter and amplifies exactly what you need to process in that moment. This is your turbo mode of focus. But here's the problem. Most people never learn how to consciously activate this state. They keep waiting for inspiration to arrive, or they try to force concentration through pure willpower. And that simply doesn't work. Why? Because of dopamine. Look, I need to destroy a myth that's sabotaging your focus right now. Dopamine isn't the pleasure molecule, as you probably learned. It's the molecule of motivation and anticipation. And I've already talked about this on the channel in other videos. If you haven't seen them, it's because you're not watching the videos, huh? When dopamine is at the right levels, it literally turns on your brain's reward system for the task you're doing. Your brain starts to want to do that thing instead of resisting it. But when you consume what I call neurological fast food, social media, notifications, easy entertainment, you're completely messing up this system. It's like clogging dopamine receptors with neurological sugar. Think about it. How many times today have you already checked your phone? How many notifications have you received? Every time you do this, you're giving a quick dose of artificial dopamine to your brain. And here's the real problem. The more you consume these quick and easy stimuli, the harder it becomes for your brain to get interested in tasks that require effort. It's pure receptor desensitization. You enter a vicious cycle. You feel bored, seek stimulation on your phone, receive artificial dopamine, receptors become less sensitive. You need more stimulation, more boredom, and so it goes. Trying to force focus when your dopamine receptors are clogged is like trying to drive with the handbrake on. You can still move, but it's an enormous effort. Now, before I show you exactly how to solve this, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a moment in your life where you entered such deep concentration that you completely lost track of time? Comment below telling me when it was, because this will help me create even more targeted content for you. And if you're enjoying this explanation, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because I bring this type of neuroscience-based content every week. Seriously, this will make a difference in your life, and I want to keep helping you. Now come back here with me, because I'm going to teach you the exact protocol to activate your turbo mode. First strategy: the dopaminergic reset. Pay attention to this part, because it's counterintuitive, but works like magic. 1 to 2 hours before the activity that requires maximum focus, you're going to do a dopamine fast. 0 artificial stimuli, no phone, no music, no tasty snacks, nothing that gives easy pleasure. Sounds like torture, right? But look at what's happening in your brain. You're literally cleaning the dopamine receptors, making them sensitive again. It's like making a person thirsty for a while before offering water. When you finally sit down to work, your brain will be hungry for reward, and will find that reward in the activity itself. Want a practical implementation example? Try this. Wake up, don't grab your phone, have simple coffee without sugar, take a walk or shower, and sit straight down to work. Simple as that. Second strategy, controlled dopamine increase. Now that you've cleaned the receptors, it's time to give your brain the right fuel. But there's specific timing here. Caffeine, not right when you wake up. Wait 90 to 120 minutes after waking up. Why? Because your body naturally produces cortisol in the first few hours, and if you drink coffee too early, you interfere with this natural process. Exercise. 5 to 10 minutes of intense physical activity before sitting down to work increases dopamine, noradrenaline, and focus for up to 2 hours. It can be jumping jacks, burpees, running in place. The goal is to accelerate the heart and oxygenate the brain. Breathing. Here comes a specific technique called Wim Hof breathing. 30 deep breaths. Breathe in strongly through the nose, release through the mouth. This oxygenates the brain and creates a state of relaxed alertness that's perfect for focus. Third strategy, environment architecture. Your environment is an extension of your brain. If it's messy and full of distractions, your focus will be messy too. Phone in another room isn't optional, it's applied neuroscience. The mere presence of the phone in your visual field, even on silent, reduces cognitive capacity by up to 10%. Temperature. Slightly cold environment between 64 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit keeps the brain alert. When it's too hot, the body spends energy regulating temperature instead of processing information. Lighting. Natural light or cool light activates the wakefulness state in the brain. Yellow and warm light makes you drowsy. Sounds. You can use 40 Hz binaural sounds, which synchronize brainwaves for focus or total silence. Music with lyrics is the enemy of concentration. Fourth strategy, focus entry protocol. Here's the secret that separates amateurs from professionals. Having a specific 5-minute ritual before starting any activity that requires maximum focus. First, define a clear intention. It's not, I'm going to study. It's, in the next 25 minutes, I'm going to solve these 3 specific math problems. Second, do the breathing I taught. 30 deep breaths to oxygenate the brain. Third, visualize the result. If you're going to write, visualize the finished text. If you're going to study, visualize yourself explaining the content to someone. Then use the neural Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of intense focus followed by 5 minutes of active rest, not passive. In the break, you don't grab your phone or eat. You walk, stretch, or stand still looking out the window. During the focus session, when you notice your mind has wandered, and you will notice, don't blame yourself. Just gently redirect your attention. It's like training a puppy, patience and persistence. The signs that it's working. You lose track of time, internal self-criticism decreases, and you feel a flow in executing the task. The brain will test you in the first 10 minutes. It will send random thoughts, the urge to get up, feelings of boredom. It's normal and temporary. If you resist those first 10 minutes, turbo mode turns on automatically. And when you finish, don't break abruptly. Spend 2 minutes reflecting on what was accomplished. This maintains the positive association in the brain and makes it easier to enter the state next time. And I need to be honest with you. Don't expect it to work perfectly on the first try. Your brain needs training, like a muscle that's been inactive for too long. The difference is that now you know exactly how to train it. Here's your challenge for today. Choose one of these strategies, just one, and test it today. It could be the dopaminergic reset 1 hour before working, or it could be doing 5 minutes of exercise before sitting down to study. Don't try to implement everything at once, because then you'll sabotage yourself. And every time you manage to enter this state of deep focus, celebrate internally, because you're literally rewiring your brain to be more naturally focused. You're creating new neural circuits that will make it easier to enter this state next time. So tell me, what's going to be the first thing you'll do differently today to activate this turbo mode of your brain? Comment below, because I read all the comments and like to follow the progress of those who are applying it. Remember, focus is a skill, not a talent. And like any skill, It develops with conscious and strategic practice. Now go out there and activate that turbo mode.